Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to El Toro Dice Club. El Toro here. It is good to be back home. Wow. Tell you what, guys, it's it's a tough living. Being on the road, going from casino to casino to casino. I almost have my same loop, so that's my work. Anyway, glad to be back, and I'm glad to be here on my table. I need to continue to practice on it because it's been a long time since I rolled on it. But of course, on this video, I won't even be rolling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you the strategy that I've been using. As you guys know, I'm a regression player. This is how I'll start out, except mine are 25s, 100s, 30, 30, 25, 25. I'll buy the 4 and 10. That's the level of play that my bankroll has graduated to. But like I say in my videos, I'm actually scaling it down where you can use whatever multiplier you want on the units. These will be units. So you guys can see it pretty clear here. We're on single unit table. We're going to be playing single unit out, and this is how I would work it, right? A 5 multiplier on one bet covers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different bets that are out there once it hits. So the strategy is going to work like this. I'm just going to explain it really quick. We're off on a come out roll, and we're incorporating the hard ways. The hard ways are $2 a piece, or if you're playing quarters, it's a $5 hard way bet or a $10 hard way bet, whatever you want to play, but I believe $5 works just fine. We're also playing a 2-1-2 all tall small right here. Now, if your table does not have an all tall small, it's got repeater bets up here. You can basically play them if you want. Repeater bets are tough. They're pretty tough to do, but I like them. They pay out really well. Or if your table's got fire bets, mine's got fire bets here, play the fire bet as well. I just don't have the fire bet chips to put on here yet. I got to go buy those. Haven't done that yet. Heck, I barely just got my on and off buttons and my buy and lay buttons. So anyway, I got to get focused, guys. I got to get focused. So single units, we're playing across the board. We're off on a come out roll. Hardways will be off on a come out roll. She's going to shoot the number. A point hits. That's our point. We are not playing a contract bet of any kind, not a pass line, because if it gets to 6, 7, 8 rolls and I'm getting kind of itchy because I pressed it up, I can turn them all off and not have to worry about a thing. But in any case, we're not going to be doing a lot of that. I think what we're going to do is she'll probably roll between the 6 and 8 rolls and 7 out, which I'm ready for. So as she hits a point, we're going to collect. Once the point hits the large number, we're going to regress down to a single unit. And then we start pressing, okay? That's how this strategy actually works. I've tried it. I've been practicing it on a live casino table with my own money so that you guys don't have to go and waste your money to do it. Now, if you want, you can try this strategy out on the Craps online and check it out. So single units across except for one number. You pick whatever number you want, whether it's the 5 or the 9. I personally will prefer the 5 or the 9, either one. And then from there, we're going to be pressing everything else. Okay, after this hits. If the hard 6, hard 8, hard 4, or hard 10 hit, then we're going to go ahead and press the units because that's going to end up paying enough to press this. All right, so that's the basic premise of how this works. Now, along the way, you can make small modifications. This is not a set in stone type of strategy, okay? Are you ready? Okay, here we go. My wife's going to shoot the dice. I'm going to be the dealer, and I can just basically come out there. All right, so we got a 5, 3, 8. Easy point. Again, one of the easiest numbers to hit is inside 6 and 8. Mark our 8 for this. There we go. All right, here we go. Dice out.
No, I gotta sound.
Let's take your time. We're not in a rush.
Okay, right.
4, 3, 7.
What?
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good clean wipeout right there, guys. So that's okay. We came ready for 5 shooters. So 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 right there. 25 with 10, 25, there's our 50. Plus our 2. Alright,
Do you still want me to sell them?
plus a 5, yeah. Plus a 5, and then we're gonna do, that's 5 for my all tall small. And there's my 8 for the hardways. Okay, so there's our buy-in. 1, we're down already 1 of these. Okay, there we go. Start all over, not a big deal. That's how this goes, guys, that's how it goes. Try to keep the dice a little lower also, you're throwing them too high. On a, this is what I'm seeing also, guys, everybody who wants to see a 3V set, if you put too much arc on it, you're gonna yield a 7. If you get them too low, you're also gonna get a 7, by the way. You just gotta get it just right, it's very finicky. 4, 3, 7, what'd I tell you?
Ow.
You gotta be real careful with how you do the dice. You can't roll them too short or too low, and you can't throw them way high either. You can't sky them.
Wow.
So anyway, guys, the reason I was kind of wanting to do something like this and explain it with a semi-random shooter to random shooter, go ahead, was because when I was at the casino, I ran into a guy that was shooting very, very well. Matter of fact, I got to say, he was probably giving me a run for my money when it came to shooting. But I don't know how long he'd been at the casino. But by the time he was done on his roll, he had the dice at least 30, 40 minutes. I got to say, I can't even tell you how many times he rolled. And I had bought in probably after his first point. Ace deuce. So after his first point, I bought in. And I was standing right next to him because I knew I wanted to shoot next. So he ends up shooting for his 30 to 45 minutes. And he looks at me and he says, "Wow, man," he goes, "I didn't realize you bought in for that much." And I said, "No, I didn't buy in for that much." And he said, "Well, how is it that you have so much money up in your chip rack?" Well, the answer was pretty simple. It was because I had been betting, you know. And I think about it now, and that's kind of why I'm making this video a little bit, is we as shooters practice, that was an ace deuce by the way, we as shooters practice our dice setting and our toss all the time. And I watch the videos and that's all I see. All I see are guys like me shooting and setting dice and teaching you how, in their mind, to set dice and shoot from their form to their toss to their landing zone, all that stuff. And then there are other guys who give you a lot of strategies that are out there and don't play any of them. So I just kind of look at it and go, well, what's someone on the other side of the TV to look at? You know, what really makes sense? So I kind of came up with it like this and said, look, if I'm going to be the one who's going to be out here shooting dice for you guys, or even coming up with something that's 7, so another wipeout, then I want to make sure that what I'm doing is real, in a sense. Meaning that I'm putting my money where it belongs, right, on the table, not you guys. And then you guys are counting on me to run this strategy through hundreds and hundreds of shooters. That's my second one. Run it through hundreds of shooters to quantify it before I say, hey, guess what, guys? I found the holy grail of betting strategies, right? It takes time. But anyway, what I was saying is we were talking and I said, no, you know, the reason I have so much money up here is because I've been betting. And again, we as shooters, we focus on something so tight, 325. We focus on this so much. Our dice, our toss, our setup, how we're bringing the dice back, shooting them, however you shoot. We focus on that so much that we forget the most important thing. to bet. We forget that we actually are here with a purpose to bet. You need to slow down. You're rushing through this.
No.
We're forgetting to bet. And that's why I'm kind of making this video. Not only should we practice our shooting, we should also practice our betting, because betting is how we actually make money. One without the other is useless. And that's why we're doing this. I wanted to show you guys how I've been making money. You know, of course, this is not a good example because I haven't, well, actually it is, because I ran into a few of these scenarios as well, where it was a .7 shooter. I ran into a few of those. And when you see that, the dice are still way away from you, stop betting. Literally, just stop betting. 538. All right, so this is going to be our first pull of money. Wow. So we got 6 is going to pay 7. We got a $2 hard 8. So we're going to give back the dealer the 2, go back up on our hard 8, and then we are going to collect $5. So far on this particular session, we've made one bet that collects so far. Hopefully, we're going to make more. 12. Another one. Second 12 in a row. Wow. Okay. So, again, like I said, practice your betting, guys. You have to practice your betting. If you're practicing shooting, you need to practice a strategy of some sort with it. Practice betting with it. That is going to help you to make money. All right, that's a hard 8. All right, so this is going to pay 9 for 1. It's going to be $18. So there's our 15. 18. Okay. Now, here's what we have. We're going to go ahead and press our 8. Even though we haven't hit this number yet, we're still pressing the 8. Our hard ways is what we're actually going to be putting pressure on. We're going to press our hard 8 to a nickel. Okay. This one is 21, 7, 14, 15. Yeah, okay, so that's going to pay basically $14 or 15 for a dollar. Once it hits, that'll pay 45. Okay. So now we've racked up a total of $18 so far. Everything else is still on the table. That was a nice hard 8 hit for us. Definitely one we could have used. And definitely one we can use. And mark the 8. Okay. But ends up, he was this shooter was, that's our 5 at the point. Our shooter was so focused, and I gotta say this, man, he was so focused on shooting that quite honestly, he I gotta tell you, I think he literally forgot that he was supposed to be betting on himself. And I think if he was betting on himself, it wasn't much. He probably had just, 2, 6, and 8, and that was it. Okay, point is 5, we just hit it. So now we're regressing, okay? Now we're regressing. We'll go down to minimum, and we're gonna start pressing. This is stage 2 of this gambling strategy that I've kind of come up with. Now we're literally pressing everything until we go green. 4, 2, 6. Okay, hard ways of course are off on a come out roll for us on a random shooter. Now if I'm shooting myself and I've got my own money in my own hands, yes, gentlemen, ladies, I will be on. And I've been working on my 10 set, which is geared to bring out more hard 4s and hard 10s. As you guys know, when you buy them for a quarter, we're getting paid 50 for a dollar. Hard 8, 4, 4. Nice. See what happens when you slow down, guys? Not only am I a loving husband, I'm also a dice coach. You recognize a lot of things too. I mean, if I could I tell you what, man, we have a duty on the table to tell these people what's going on. If you know what you're doing, golly, it's your money on the table. If you see somebody rushing through the process of this, you need to tell them, hey, whoa, slow down. You're going too fast. You know what I mean? If he's rushing through his role and he's not paying attention, like what my wife was just doing, I just told her, hey, you need to slow down. You know, I didn't mean to say it in a rude way, but you just need to slow down. Now check this out, right? If I drop $1, I'm going to get 15, right? So I'm going to drop $1, and I'm going to get paid 15 because I've got 12 on there, right? It's going to pay $14. I drop $1, I'm going to collect 3 chips. Now, because the 8 came hard, not only do I get paid on bet number A, I'm going to get paid on bet B as well. That's 45, or 50 for 5. The reason I'm doing this, guys, is because I had one comment that I guess someone didn't quite understand what I was doing as I was throwing money down. Thought I was paying myself extra. Just want to clarify, I have a lot of folks who are new on the channel, new to craps, or they're intermediate. Sometimes we go very quick in our videos, assuming that everybody is on my level. Go ahead. Oh, shoot. Dang it. 639. Okay, I made a mistake. I forgot. We're supposed to be pressing. So, 639 is going to pay our 7 right here. 5 with 2. We're going to rack up the 2. But we got to press our 8 and our hard 8 again. Okay? Each time we're going to go up, it's a unit. So now we got 10 on the hard 8. We got 18 on the regular 8, right? This is going to pay $21. We're going to lose 10. We'll be collecting 11. Okay? There we go. Mark the 9. Okay. 0.6. Hard 8. Look at that. Again, this is what happens after you've lost a few rounds. You can't be squeamish, right? If you're really, really apprehensive about losing money, I would tell you, you need to probably get off the table. Okay, hard 8. 9 times 10 is 90. I'm gonna drop 10 for a black chip, right? There's my black. I wanted that black chip. Okay, and this is an 8 again. So this is gonna pay $21. Just like that, right? Okay. Now, we're gonna go to 4 units, just like this. Puts us at a $24 bet. We're gonna increase our hard 8, another nickel, just like that. We're gonna rack up 10. Okay. So if you're afraid to bet money, this is not the game for you. Matter of fact, it will not be the career path for you. But I bet with the numbers. I also play probability. I don't play with luck. It doesn't bother me when people say, oops, that was a 10. It doesn't bother me when someone says, hey, you know, that bad number. No, no, it doesn't bother me at all. All right, the 10, $5 pays $9. Yes, I've got more whites up here. If I add $1 out of my own pocket, that means this is going to convert to a red chip. That means I'm going to get 10. I'm going to press my hard 10, or my 10 to $10, and I'm going to press my hard 10 to a nickel. Again, I'm going to go up a unit. I'm going to pay $2 for that hard 10, or the 10 that was just thrown. So far, so that you guys know we've recouped our 2-session losses already. Just using this particular strategy. And it's a builder strategy, 6-5 yoke. All right, here's the beauty. My baby just hit the all talls. Good job, baby. She just hit the all talls. Awesome. That's gonna pay us 30, even though my board says 35. I don't know why I've got 35. I think Atlantic City has 35 for one. That's what they've got on their tables. And I want to say New Mexico, I think was 35. I can't remember. But everyone I've played so far in the southern regions, it's 30. So I'm going to go ahead and pay myself just 60. 60. And then we're bringing down my 2. And we're racking that back up. Because there's nothing I can do to press this, right? But guess what? Look. What I've got right here being $62 is another one of my sessions that we're back up. Okay. Now, for those of you who just kind of tuned in, I've got my wife shooting. She was shooting very quickly, setting the dice, and I told her to slow down because she was going a little crazy. She was going too fast. Either she was in too big of a hurry for the video or who knows what. But now that she slowed down, we're starting to shoot some good numbers. We've already hit our all talls. Now it looks like she's working on the all smalls. Our point is still 6. She has not hit it, and she's rolling very well. She's currently using a 3V set, which is, she's doing a 3-2. She's doing a 3-2, 3-6 with the open V facing the back. Some people do the V facing them, opening facing them. This is facing the back. The wide part of the V is facing the back wall. 5-2-7. Not bad. That was a good roll. That was a great roll. We made a good amount of money on that roll. So that is pretty much our video, right? So they'll rack it up. We've lost, quite a bit of profits, but we gain so much more out there. Okay. So what was on the table? 75, 80, 90, 92 bucks is what we lost of our profits, I think. Okay. So $92 in profit is what we just lost. Our buy-in was right here. Here's our 2 sets of buy-ins, right? There's 100, 110, and these are 16. 15, each 5 each. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 125, 130. So 130 is what we're getting back right here, 130. This is our profit during this one roll. 100. There we go. 25. $152 is our profit. We recouped our losses, profited up 152 bucks. Short video, decent profits. We could have made more, but unfortunately the 2.7 out, 0.7 out that was rush rolling cost us money, and a lot of people do that. So practice not only your dice setting and your rhythm, practice your betting, guys. It's well worth it. You got to learn how to manage your bankroll, manage your money, and make sure that you bet accordingly. So don't get so zoned out and focused that you forget to make yourself money, because nobody is really going to be throwing you chips. Very rarely will that happen, guys. Again, appreciate you watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. And you know what? We got some more coming. Peace.